Good evening. Tonight on Dragon Age Divination, we explore the possible future for the Mage-Templar War. So what's in store for the Mage-Templar War? Is it going to dissipate? Is it going to ignite a new war? Is it going to get better? Get worse? Are mages gonna win? Are Templars gonna win? Is it going to just become nothing? What's in store for the Mage-Templar War? For the occasion, I have chosen the Celtic Cross spread. Half of them are reversed and half of them are upright. That's kind of interesting. So number one is the current situation. We have the Four of Swords reversed. Hard difficulty mode. Paranoia. Impracticality. Exclusion. Exclusion of apostates from circle mages from posse Templars. What will be exactly excluded? Because so far, what we've seen, the current situation, what we've seen is that even if it's circle mages versus Templars, apostates were included actually in that. So, but certain groups wanted to be excluded from the war, didn't want to be part of it. So we'll see. Illness that requires rest. War brings on illness. Maybe blight-tainted illness, has been brought on with the red lyrium and everything. They're going to need to rest. Crudity, agitation and sleeplessness. Blocked expression. Taking precautions. Precautions is important. Irrational thinking. Well, I'm pretty sure that the mages and Templars are thinking quite irrationally right now, to be honest. No offense, mages and Templars, but the current influences. Upright 17, the star. That is Sarah. Inspiration, creativity, liberation, freedom. Liberation, freedom, the influences. Mages want to be free. They want the liberty to use magic without Templars talents that are recognized. Magical talents. Openness, opportunities to manifest hopes and dreams. So the opportunities, their hopes and dreams potentially for the mages. Friendship, discovery of truth, positive energy, positive future. That's the influence. Positive future is an influence. That's interesting. A chance to start over. A new relationship between mages and Templars. A new kind of circle. A new mage circle, a new Templar order, the possibility to start over, a new Seekers of Truth order. Ideally, no, tranquil. Number 3 is the foundation of the situation. Reversed, 10 of Staves, fear, demon, collapse. It's like overcommitment, halted plans, incompetence, the collapse of the circle, the collapse of the Templar order, total failure. Fail. Burdensome success. Great burdens to accompany success. The burden of the magical talents, the burden of the new truths that have come to light. Huge losses. Mage-Templar War, there have already been huge losses. Wasted efforts. Yes, instead of warring against each other, they could be rebuilding things and warring against other people or persons or gods or things or demons and stuff like that. They don't need to be warring against themselves. Disastrous outcomes. There was a disastrous outcome just by the mere fact that the Templars started taking red lyrium. The Templars who joined Corypheus, so there have already been disastrous outcomes. Danger approaching. Danger approaches. Well, yes. Whether it be soulless, a blight, some sort of god, an old god, new god, ancient, demon, danger approaches. Warning, warning, danger ahead. Warning, danger approaches. Exclusive danger. Number 4 is passing influences. Reversed, 10 of Swords. Iron Bull. Exhaustion. Well, yes, you will be exhausted if you're constantly warring. Narrow escape. Yes, they've seen narrow escapes. Catastrophe that is averted. Well, that's good to know. Fear of ruin. Yes, the circle fears its own ruin. The Order of Templars fears its own ruin. Deeper understanding. Hopefully that's not too fleeting, because we want the deeper understanding to remain, as opposed to deeper understanding, and passes. And then they don't understand anymore. Like, oh no. Disappointment. Mercy. Recovery and forgiveness. Recovery is good, but not if it's just passing. Forgiveness, unless, it's an influence. It's a passing influence. Even if just passing, it could stick with some people. People who can make a real difference. Even if it doesn't stick with anyone else. As long as it sticks with, those who are, vital to the change, vital to the supposed reconciliation, then it can matter that it's just fleeting, and not matter that it's just fleeting, because it matters that it sticks with the most important people, hopefully. Number 5, coming influences. Reversed. 7 of Coins. Karas Adar. Male Kunari Inquisitor. Renewed attention to work matters. A renewed attention to work things out between the mages and the Templars. Probably because it'll come to their attention of the potential threat to the whole of Thedas. Regardless where that threat actually comes from, they were like, maybe we should stop killing each other and work together to fight all these demons and darkspawn and old gods and false gods, and that might be a good idea. Goals that are achieved. Oh, that's good. Which goals? What will be the goals? Hopefully positive goals. Minimal rewards. Well, it's okay. A fallow period that ends. Regained strength and conviction. Yes, well, if a new threat comes, but regain strength, regain conviction. What the original Templars were supposed to be. What the original circle was supposed to represent. A new strength within the two. Joining the two. Fusing the two together, or a reconciliation. A new strength, a new conviction. A sabbatical period that ends. A break from the war, tea time. Imprudent action. I don't know what the imprudent action would be, but that doesn't sound as positive as the rest of this card. Now, 6 is also reversed. Future influences. 8 of Cups. Red Templar Knight. Forced changes. See, I like the idea of, changes. A forced change. Well, maybe forced here means because of the revelations and things like that. Or forced. They're forced to change things because of the new threat coming on. So, that could be not necessarily a bad kind of forced. Less defensiveness. Oh, that's good. Less defensiveness, meaning less need to be defensive, to defend yourself, meaning less attack. Dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction with what? With dissatisfaction with not being able to attack as much, maybe. Passing inhibitions. Okay, there's a passing. Reckless abandonment. Oh, what's going to be abandoned recklessly? I wonder. Foresight and having less reluctance. I don't know what direction that'll lead. It's a bit ambiguous. It's open to endless possibilities. Exclusive endless possibilities. Now the rest are all upright. 7 is the environment. Thedas. 3 of staves. Corpse. The environment is full of corpses, whether the ones possessed by spirits or demons, or whether not possessed because of the wars. That makes sense, I guess. Business gains. Meeting deadlines. Well, for their goals, perhaps. It depends who they're, maybe in Tevinter, they're going to have a deadline for certain types of alliances and stuff like that to prove themselves, so maybe that's what it's about. Good returns on projects. Well, that's interesting. Optimism, receptivity, and diligence. So able to receive, and be diligent, able to perceive, able to understand what's going on in the environment around. That Thedas is, that there's a threat to it. Celebrating success. Which success exactly? Because I don't think they're going to be celebrating the success that we now have the key to Kirkwall. Yay! So that's what that key does. Taking command of a new group of people. Well, that makes sense, because we're always taking command of a group of people when we're the main character in a video game, so that makes sense to me. Planning for the next steps. Accepting aid and advice. So accepting aid from Tevinter accepting aid from their new allies. This could be interesting. Accepting aid and advice. Who will accept aid? Who will be giving out the advice? It's the environment, so it kind of describes every game installment, but at the same time, it's necessary for the development of the characters, and it could be interesting for the Mage-Templar War because they could accept to help each other protect Thedas. Number 8, strengths and advantages. 6 of Cups. Bruiser. Longing, readiness, harmony, happy memories. Longing for maybe reconciliation. Longing for maybe the things of old, or longing for something new. Readiness. Ready to invest in this new alliance, perhaps. Harmony, happy memories, attraction, reunions, social events, manifestations, expectations. I have expectations. Care, assistance. Those are all things that help an alliance come together. And they do write dating, so it could be in regards to the main character with the possible romances. So who knows? Maybe there's going to be a mage from the rebellion and a Templar from the war in our companions, and we're going to help them reconcile and garner trust with each other, and that's going to help the Mage-Templar War. That would be interesting. Having 2 companions, but it impacts the whole of the game. And so we gain trust with the mage, we gain trust with the Templar, we have them reconcile, and then they go back to the factions, and they, through that, or even if it's not just companions, it's people who are aiding us, people with whom we are aligned, and then they go and speak with their factions and bring the factions together who agree to an alliance because of this mutually garnered trust in the main character, or a group of a few people, which could be a huge thing for the impact of the war and the game itself. And that would be nice to see. It would be rather interesting. Number 9 is thoughts and concerns. 11, justice. Blackwall, balance, objectivity, fairness. So thoughts, okay. Concerns, so maybe concern that it won't be balanced. Maybe a concern for fairness, a concern about truth. What impact is the actual truth going to have? Is it the actual truth? So maybe concerns in regards to that. Virtue and honor, dignity and morality, law, etiquette, conscience, equity, reward, advice, equilibrium. So that's kind of interesting. For concerns, someone working on your behalf. So maybe you're concerned for them, for their safety. You're concerned about them. Thoughts, but things to keep in mind, things to think about. Verdicts, concerns about a future verdict. Retribution, concerns about a retribution. Natural law, justice. It could be things to think about, things that the people, the mages and Templars could be concerned about. It's just keeping in mind in the back of our minds, Number 10, the outcome. The outcome of the Mage-Templar War. Exclusive Dragon Age 4 prediction coming right at you. Queen of Staves. Morrigan. Optimism. That's good. Optimism. Being practical and sincere. So mages and Templars being practical, being sincere, kindly eloquent. Ooh, such kind eloquence, dear sirs and madams. Insightful. Okay. Channeling energy, the elemental magic energy. Being independent. The two factions have always been together. The Templars have always have been the overseers of mages. Maybe the circle will be independent of the Templars. And we kind of saw that depending on our choices, but maybe it'll be more a clear independence. And mages, there's a circle, but maybe mages will be freer to be independent and then less cast aside as apostates if they choose to be independent. So maybe it'll be, I'm an independent mage, not an apostate. Formerly apostate, now independent mage. Strong-willed, resolute, capable, and socially adept. So that's interesting. That's quite the positive outcome. It doesn't tell us who will be the victor, but it tells us of a possible union, a possible reconciliation, a possible agreement that people could come to, a possible outcome, basically, and a positive possible outcome. Obviously, this is speculative, but it'll be interesting to see if, indeed, the cards have revealed truth in regards to Dragon Age 4 when it actually comes out. How much of these readings will be accurate? How much of my interpretations and your interpretations will be accurate? And speaking of your interpretations, let me know in the comments below what you think of this reading. And like this video if you like it, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you all soon. Masaranas. If you're new here and you like my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Alternately, you can follow my website, binkyproductions.com, where I post everything from all my channels. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff. You can also join in on the fun on Patreon for some random, sporadic, occasional, exclusive content. Otherwise, just liking and sharing. Like it if you like it.
for the Like It If You Like It dance supports this channel and helps people find it, and your continued viewership is very much appreciated. Masaranas.